Hi everyone, it's Ayesha here from godfm, and I've just been on Stranger Than Fiction news on Telegram, and I always have a great time catching up with the latest info. So what I've discovered, it's now the 10th of June 2026, is they're really ramping up the data centers everywhere, and everybody hates the data centers. In Oxford, the 15-minute city control grid is up and running and pretty horrendous. I used to live in Oxford once. Gosh. And basically your TV is there to watch you. Your TV, they have got patents in place to be able to control your biometrics with your television. Okay, I want to talk about this because this makes sense to me. This is what God told me too. But I wasn't really sure how to explain it and why. Everything's through the aerials, okay, and everything's through the subnet mask 255.255.255. Yeah, by the way, on normal routers you can change the subnet mask. Okay, so you might want to look at that, because when I did that, it stopped. Okay, so we've now got a helicopter coming over. If that's to come and stalk me, may they fall from the sky and die, I pray, in the name and in the blood of Jesus. I can't stand being stalked. So basically, what I've discovered, okay, it's quite hard to convey, is your TV, they've got a patent in place to be able to control your body and your biometrics. Your TV is watching you, okay? Now combined with the 6G technology, which they've rolled out already and they haven't told you about. And the 6G can read your room through your router. Sorry about that. And this is also connected with the data centers. It's also connected with Project Stargate. And I'm sorry to tell you, but Stargate is a project they've been working on for a while, and it is in operation. And Stargate is all about taking people's minds, assimilating them with AI. And I've already told you that's what God told me has been happening, and it's already happening. Okay? Anybody who lives near a data center, they run out of water, the water becomes sludge, there's a humming, there's a hissing, and there's a noise. I believe there's a data center in the center of town of Torquay, because I can hear like a noise. But in the mornings, it's like they gather the data with a machine, and it sounds like a road sweeper or a jet engine from an aeroplane. Just a subtle version of it. And so I want to talk about that as well. So basically, there's people now as well who have discovered that the traffic lights have got weapons, and they're starting to take them down because they don't like them. Okay? Everything that's happened to me is happening to everybody at a lower level. Okay? If you're a targeted individual, then you'll know all about what's been happening. All right? Now, one thing I've discovered, and I haven't told you about this because I had a hunch on it, but God told me to try something, and I've now worked out that I was right, or God was right. Your lamps at the bottom of the stand-up little lamps, if they've got a tubey piece of metal where the wires go through, they turn it into an aerial. Okay? So, if you're a targeted individual, you might want to revisit what lamps you have and what light bulbs you use and where you point the lamps, because, as I say, lights are a problem for me, through the main electrics and also through plug sockets. It may help you to know that the lights for the main electrics give off a certain high-pitched squeal. The plug sockets give off a lower level slightly lower tone squeal. The lowest tone squeal makes you almost feel a bit deaf, and it really hurts the ears. I have found that the silver blanket for the homeless, the NASA blanket, cutting a little square of it and putting it up against the plug sockets, it sticks by itself actually, is perfect. If it's very heavy, I haven't got any on at the moment, but when I found that these things were very strong, I tried that with the plugs and with the light switches, and it really helped me. It's only a temporary lift of the heavy radiation, but it really helped me. I believe I'm allergic to nanotechnology. So this is a combination of the ticks. Bill Gates is really just going for it, okay, on the total control front. I also want to bring up that the Epstein Island, and Bill Gates is a very big part of this, okay. Bill Gates, who created Microsoft Word and Team, which is what the governments use to operate their systems, and the control grid, is all connected with Epstein Island and the data centers and Stargate and MK Ultra and assimilating you. So with 6G, they don't need wires. This is wireless technology. And again, I'm right again. Okay. This is wireless Wi-Fi and wireless connections, wireless electricity. I am right. God told me this before. I didn't really understand, but now I do. So if you're a targeted individual, all they've done is they've equipped the area around you with 6G. And then you basically have a wireless electricity within your home. Plus the nano that they put everywhere. This connects up with everything, okay? If you're a targeted individual, then you need to sit up and listen to me, okay? Because I believe that all of the electrical items in your home have been modified, or they've been accessed and put on the home app or whatever they've done to control everything in your home, right? But it is all connected to the TV. So get rid of appliances that you don't need, please. Kettles, toasters, and microwaves. If you've got a microwave, then what I have found a very good thing to do is to put the plug into a plant pot of soil. And this seems to stop it from coming on. You can do that with any appliance. It basically means having empty plant pots with soil inside. The other thing I suppose would probably work is a little bucket or a container full of stones, and then you just put the plug inside it with the stones over. And this also would stop those effects. But this is very serious, and I want you to share this video. Please listen to me. Everybody's at risk of having their mind wiped and taken. Please. You need to cover all your taps with a cloth or a sock and a hairband or elastic. This is essential if you don't want to be gassed in your home. They are doing a gassing with the data centers that's combined. So I believe with the targeted individual, they've done a mini version of it. Okay. They always do everything underground as well. All right. And then all of your plugs for your sinks need to be covered. It's essential. Your fans that you've got, give access for someone's hand to go in for, like, you know, the extractor fan for the cooker. So you need to security for around that at the outside of your property. If it's not high up, then you can do things around this, and you could put a grill that is very secure on there so they can't put their hand in. Okay, it's just a tip from me. But also openings to your property for nano. This acts as a doorway, and they completely take over. With routers, because we are dealing with AI, routers are dangerous things. I found if this technology is going where it's going, then you have to cover your router, because you want to protect yourself from it reading the room. And not only can it read the room, it can project frequencies at you, and it can activate a smart technology in your home. All right. So basically, we'd like dumb routers, but we haven't got dumb routers. So the other thing is, other people have complained about their TVs and having problems. And basically, every time I watch TV, I have to reset my TV. And even then, people have been in and then done something to the TV, so it's still operational, even though it's not plugged in. And I often have to switch it on and then install it and then reset it again. And then everything's much nicer. I basically can't have any Bluetooth speakers either. As soon as I do, the stuff's all connecting. Now, it's very strange, but I also have a radio, which I purchased at the charity shop, and it's a little old ghetto blaster. It's only a small one, but it actually says it's a Class 1 laser product, a laser Class 1 apparel, laser de category. It's in German. So this is a laser thingy. And that might be one of the reasons I've got problems. Now, this also confirms my hunch that anything with a CD player or a DVD player becomes a laser weapon. Okay? This is to rewrite your brain. So, if you've got any of those, you need to take the plugs off them. Okay? And maybe get rid of them. I don't know, or just maybe put some tinfoil in place of where the disc would go. I haven't got all the solutions. Okay. The other thing is, I also have now started to make little radiation bags for phones, because nothing really works to protect the phone. Even when I put it in a crisp packet, it's only minimal protection. So I recommend that you make some radiation bags or buy some that you carry your phones around in. The trouble with the purchased ones is they're really bulky and they don't fit in anything. They've got like a big coat on them. So I just make a little one to put little phones in. Very nice. And I'm happy to make them for you if you want one, alright? So let me know. They're very thin, so you don't even notice. But you basically put them in a pouch when you're not using them. I make like a little pouch. Really nice. Again, I've said about this stuff's got to get inside you so they can control you. And this comes through the toilet. Sorry. It's always through the toilet. And I believe they are doing this at math. So this is a complete reset of everything. We've moved forward in 6G. There's also people who are now getting the brain chip, and Neuralink is also Neuralink is the same as 6G. All right, but they can construct a chip in your mind and in your body through nanotechnology. So basically, there's two systems in place: the brain chip for Neuralink, and the satellites. And Elon Musk has his own internet as well. I don't know if you know about that. And his own phone systems and all this other stuff, right? For mobile phones. And then you've got the 6G. So, I mean, this is where we're going with it. And it's marching along real fast. Donald Trump is very pro-AI and 6G. And he's saying that you won't own anything soon. Because... you're going to be assimilated, basically. You better sit up and listen to me, everybody. If you've got traffic lights in your town, you need to climb up them and disable this technology. Your lives depend on it. If you've got a data center coming to your town, you need to find out and go to the council and check all the plannings. And you need to go down to the council and march and stomp and shout and scream and say no to data centers. All right? People, if you want to live and you want to stay alive and as a human being, then you need to stand up and do something. This is not just my fight, okay, everyone? Please listen to me. Yeah, I've been very much under attack with all of this, but it's not just my fight. This is your fight too, if you want your freedom. And what can I do? What can you do? We're only people, what can we do? Well, not a lot, but we can make our voices heard. And we can tell our neighbors, and we can tell people in the street, we can tell all our friends what's happening. When you mention the data centers, I found this is the big opening, because nobody likes that. Because the data centers are to farm your minds, and this is Project Stargate. This is Project Stargate, and this is what I told you about already, which I told you was a hunch from God, and God gave me the vision and showed me everything. This is true. This is what they're doing. They're terraforming. So with the data centers, it's a terraforming mixed in with the 6G. They've got the fan noises, right? And the fan noises are to conceal the frequencies, which they point at people. These frequencies can emit a message, and they can also retract. They can also record and duplicate all frequencies coming out of your brain through walls. This is technology you don't know about. It is very, very advanced. Okay? And all of the apps are there to hack you. Every single app is watching, following, tracking, and everything else to do with you. Okay? And if you're a targeted individual, you won't really understand how do they do this, Well, basically, if you've been sitting on the toilet, then that stuff's crawled inside you. And then it's connected up with appliances in your home and your router and your 4G and your little SIM card if you've got one, and your phone. Even if you're not connected to the internet, your phone thinks it is. It's got its own little network, and if this nano has built inside you, you've created your own network. I've already told you, when this stuff's inside me and I've got bites and stuff, I get the ringing in my ears, and then I'll be scratching my ear, and suddenly my internet on my phone speeds up. Alright? So the more I think about this is the fallen angels. This is a very dark, bad. This is child-eating, blood-drinking psychopaths. This is deep underground military bases. This is experimentation with people. This is the purchasing of aborted fetuses. This is the worshipping of the devil at a very large scale by our world leaders. We must not dismiss this as fiction, because it's all in the movies, and they're already telling you what they're doing, okay? So back to this guy who'd had the Neuralink. His eyes started to change, and he shapeshifted. And he reckoned he was fine, and everything was okay. And he was just a lot smarter and all that kind of thing. But these things are like skin. You can't really see it. It's very subtle. And so, when you buy something at the supermarket and it's valuable, or the chemist, and they put a little barcode, a sort of a chip on it, and it's a sticker, and it's really thin, and they normally have it under another label that says, be careful, or electrical item, and you have no idea that it's got a little chip behind it. Yeah, it's just like that. This is skin technology as well. Okay? And you need to sit up and listen, because this is happening. It doesn't matter if you bury your head and ignore me. It's happening. Okay? And I can't stop it by myself. I've already told you I don't want to be here. I hate this fucking place. Right? But I'm here. And we gotta fight this thing together. Alright? I'm not your enemy for telling you the truth. This is coming for you. It's already coming for everyone. Okay? And they've done it in the background. Now I want to tell you about this guy that had a dream about this technology. And he was working for this organization in the dream. And in the dream, his friend had said, "Oh, I've got this great product that will really help you in your business." And he said, "Oh, okay." He said, "If you like, I'll get the guy to call you." He said, "Okay." So the guy called him. And he said, "Okay, so all I need you to do is click this link that I'm going to send you. Press OK, and then I can make your life a lot easier." So the guy clicked the link and pressed OK. And basically he had pressed OK to submitting everything over to this AI. Control of everything. And it was control of his anatomy and his biometrics. In the beginning, he didn't really notice it. And he had this funny icky feeling in his dream, like, "Oh, what have I done?" And this AI thing had spoken back to him and said, "Oh, it's all right, don't you worry, you can trust me with everything, you can." Like he'd handed over the keys to everything of who he is, and he had. And basically, this AI ended up torturing him, and in the dream. And this is the beast system where it takes control of who you are. And this is basically what they're doing to everyone. This is Project Stargate. This is 6G. This is the data centers. This is porn. This is hacking. This is stalking. This is child eaters. This is blood drinkers, all mixed together. Nice big monster to deal with, okay? So if you're a human being and you don't want this to happen to you, then you need to say no, okay? And you need to get yourself online. You need to find out what data centers are coming to your town. And you need to start marching and say no. You need to go to your councils and you need to say no. You need to become sovereign as well. You need to come out of the system. I'm just about to do all of that properly. When I do that, I'll show you how to do it. Alright, but basically, we don't consent. And I want you to start, you know how the companies say to you, "Oh, please be advised that your calls are recorded for training and monitoring purposes." What you need to say is, "I just want you to know that I don't consent. I don't consent to my mind being read. I don't consent to AI monitoring me. I don't consent to my TV trying to link up with my biometrics and everything else." Okay? But basically, your TV is a problem. Do what I do. Reset the damn thing. And if necessary, turn it the other way. Upside down. When you're not using it, okay? But it is getting to the point where we probably won't be able to have TVs. You need a Faraday box to put your little devices in. If you've got an Apple Watch, you definitely want to get rid of it. Like for me, I don't have an Apple Watch, but the gang stalking, child eating, blood drinkers who have been stalking me have got an Apple Watch that's connected to my Apple devices. So I can't really stop them from doing that. Okay? And then they've also got earpods, which are also connected. And this is for sound recognition because they want to listen and watch and follow and everything else. So this mainly is all about this broadcast is all about how it all links, okay? So the data centers, the TVs, the routers, the 5G, the 6G, the deep underground military bases, the Stargate project, the MK Ultra, the Epstein Island, the child eating, the blood drinking, the adrenochrome. This is Donald Marshall stuff as well. This is mixed in with the Vril, and they're taking over hosts through putting a little worm in the eye, and then they get a black eye, the Black Eye Club, right? And then they join that system, and their mind gets taken over. This is a hive mind. This is We Are Legion, okay? This is the beast system that the Bible warns us about, okay? We need to do something. We have to stand together. Yesterday I was watching my friend on TikTok, and he was saying that the data centers and all of the TikTok apps are all integrated, and they're controlling what you can and can't say. Okay, now I want to explain that if you're a targeted individual, what happens is the government basically identify you as a troublemaker, and then they get in touch with all the neighbors, and they do it very discreetly. And they tell them this one's a problem, you know. They told them that this one's, you know, spreading misinformation and all this other stuff, and they smear your name and give them all sorts of other stuff as well, right? But basically, pedophiles, transgender, trans movement, transforming you from a human being to half AI is all the same project. And anybody who's not wanting to be themselves, like they were born woman, now they want to be a man, they're halfway there. This is about uploading your mind to the cloud and stealing your consciousness. And I believe that many people have been taken and copied and cloned, and there's many plastic versions of people now. Okay? This is all about Bluetooth, you having your own IP, your own tracking information. This is a grid system that's gone out. It doesn't matter if you've got a phone or not. Okay? My suggestion to you, if you're targeted, is to actually spray yourself with bleach. And eat salt. Lots of it. Magnesium is also good. Zinc is good. Vitamin C. Really have to up your doses on everything. Wash your eyes out with salt water. Your teeth also. If you use toothpaste, wash your teeth out with salt water afterwards. Yeah, I can hear the data center noise now. Alright, so I just want to express this. I don't think I've managed to convey it in such a way that you guys are going to be frightened. I hope you will be frightened of what's happening, and you'll listen to me, please, because it's bad. It's very bad. Okay? This is like 1984 film, but worse. But what we have got is we've got the blood of Christ. Now we're reborn and we're raised in the spirit, alive. But the house of God is our body, so we've got to keep that thing, our body, as in tip-top condition and clean and holy. So you've got to do everything to stop this stuff getting into you, so that you're fully operational for the spirit. It's that simple. I don't have all the answers. I wish I did. Okay. Alright. I hope you understand, and I hope you have a great day. It's Ayesha from godfm. If you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple, X, as well as TikTok and Telegram. As godfm News, godfm New, godfm Radio, godfm Group, and godfm Media. Have a good day. Take care.